Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, Furo here with more Gwent for you on my channel. So I hit rank 15 yesterday on the leaderboard, and to celebrate this achievement we are playing some Nilfgaard today, a deck I called Anti-Meta, because we are trying to kill some consume monsters today with the new card that I'm trying out currently, and that is the SWEERS, which is moving all instances of an opposing non-god unit from your opponent's deck to the graveyard. So with the SWEERS, you want to make sure that your opponent is creating some Nekas into his deck with the Nekavarya, and then you're just playing the SWEERS, and all the Nekas are going into his graveyard, and the monster is not able to get any value out of that. He's not able to revive the Nekas, so he's losing all the Nekas out of his deck, which is a huge part of his strategy. Also, the SWEERS is great against stuff like the Scoia'tael if he's playing Markham Defender, if he's dropping the first one. Most of the time, at least one is in the deck as well, so the SWEERS will give you at least one Markham Defender into the graveyard, and as well the Scoia'tael is not able to revive that. Other than that, the deck is pretty similar to the ones that I played earlier. I just dropped in the Impera Enforcers here lately, because that card is great in combination with the car here, and normally even without the car here in the round, the Impera Enforcers is still most likely a 10-point bronze card, so nearly on par with the Nilfgaardian Knight. But you are not forced to reveal a card. Also against weather stuff, you can just wait until he's dropping his weather and then use your leader ability, and the Impera Enforcer is going back to 5, which is then pretty good. All in all, a solid deck. We will now see the deck a bit in action. I will show you 2 games that I recorded earlier against the monster deck and against the Discard Skeleek deck. So that will be fun. You will see the power of the deck in action, and especially the power of the SWEERS in game 1, so check that out guys, and let's have fun on the ladder now. Enjoy the episode. So game 1, and we are getting directly monsters deck, so hopefully this one is playing with some consume stuff. Could also be weather of course, and weather in particular is very strong against our deck. We are only running the bomb, and we're running one first light, that's not too much. We have the Vicovaro car here, Yennefer, pretty good. There's also the SWEERS. Alzur Thunder, probably keeping that. I guess the start is pretty good. Might even go for another Rod Tosser, so we could drop the Nilfgaardian Knight here early on. Oh yeah, let's do that, because we have the Candarella. And we want to have then double Rod Tosser, there you go. We have double Rod Tosser. If he's playing with Consume, the cows are normally not very great, because then he's just consuming them. So might not be that worth it, but we will find out. If he's playing with some weather, the Rod Tosser is definitely coming into action. We should get a clue with the first card, and there is a Neka. So he's playing with Consume, which means we are starting with the Rod Tosser here, giving him a cow into the ranged bow. So we need to consume that right now, otherwise just going down. Nice, using the dragon. Interesting. I guess we could still drop the Candarella now, but let's see. He is definitely creating the Nekas this turn, this round, so the round will go a bit longer. I would say we can start here with the Yennefer. That should push him down quite a lot. Right now he has a dragon at 4 points, so this one is going down to 3 if he's not playing another card. There's a Nekavarya, so he's now creating 2 Nekas into his deck. We will wait with the SWEERS a bit longer, because he might play more Nekavaryas to create more Nekas. So we definitely want to wait a bit longer for this round. We'll see what he's doing, and then the action is starting. So for now, if we're dropping the Candarella, this one would get hit by the Yennefer. Just push that down again. We also have the Black Infantry Arbalest. With that we could hit the Candarella, so this one is going down to 11, then we can hit that with the Arbalest. So he's going down to 6, and that's not too high. I would say we can do that here. The Medic... No, I would say we are picking up another card. Getting the Impera Enforcers, which is good. Highly likely that he is playing the Eridine, otherwise we will just use our leader ability. Oh, he's playing with Johnny. He's now replacing one card in his hand. That might be that there is no more Nekavarya in his hand. Otherwise he would have probably played that now. So let's just drop Impera Enforcers here. I really like to use the lead ability. Alzur Thunder. Oh, getting rid of that. So just another one. Do we have double Alzur Thunder? I don't think so. Nope, that's just Ghoul, and he's eating the Impera Enforcers. This was the only... Oh, there was also a Rod Tosser. This graveyard, there's also only an Alzur Thunder right now. So he was getting the bigger creature. We will now use the leader ability. Let's see what we can find. The Rod Tosser, First Light, and the Dragon. So right now we would hit those two with the First Light. We can get rid of those. And with the Rod Tosser, sorry. Guess we're still picking the Dragon. Yeah, we're picking the Dragon. Let's hit those two. And we will hit... Oh, it doesn't really matter. Let's hit this one. So Yennefer is hitting those two next turn to 6 down. Going for the leader ability, which is then buffing the Impera Enforcers. And it really looks like he's not playing another Neka Warrior. So the SWEERS here should be pretty safe to play. Could also go for the Arbalest. Then we are pushing down the Eridine down to 7 right now. And then we have 3 damage from the Yennefer next turn. That's also very fun to play. So I would say doing that. Then these are all going down to 6. Then we have more damage on all the units here. That will be then 4. Ghoul, unfortunately, he's going up to 8. So we are now playing the SWEERS. There is no one Neka Warrior in his hand. That is for sure. He has played, would have played that way earlier. So he's losing the 4 Nekas out of his deck. Currently he's 7 points ahead. There is the Imlerith. He's hitting the lane here, dealing a lot of damage. But the Yennefer is now also dealing a lot of damage each turn. Right now that will be 5 on the next turn. We have stuff like the Karya here. We have the Vilgeforts. Decent stuff. If we go for the Vilgeforts, we are losing the Roach right now. We're getting another card, so 8 points. We're hitting for 5. He's down to 46. We will be at least at 41 plus 39. Yeah, that should be good. We're going for the Vilgeforts. And in the worst case scenario, we have the Alzur Thunder. Let's see what we are getting. First Light, which is then spawning another unit. Maybe a Nilfgaardian Knight. There you go. That's 11 points on board. And with that, we should go ahead next turn. Also First Light. Ah, Ekimara. What a shame. So he's eating the Candelara. Buff the Ekimara to 12 points. So the Yennefer is only hitting that now. We're using the Alzur Thunder to push that down to 15. And right now we have 1 card advantage, which is excellent. He's seeing the Rod Tosser here. There is another Wow, he was getting from the Johnny, double Imlerith. That means we need to play another card. So the Yennefer is hitting right now 5 points down, which would bring him down to 49. So if we are... that is bad. If we're dropping the Rod Tosser, we would have 49 points. But he's getting the 1 extra point from the cow, which then of course means... Ah man, that is bad. And we would need another turn, and we would also need to play the car here. I really don't like to play the car here. Fact. Oh, that is not good. We need to drop that, fortunately.
As you wish.
Getting a second Imlerith was so great for him. There was exactly the amount of points he needed. So we are winning this round. Not getting the car here effect if we are not dropping the Rod Tosser here. But seriously, we are keeping the Rod Tosser. We should still be pretty good. He's not getting any Neka. He's only keeping 4 points on board. 3 points. How many is it? 4 points. So the Rod Tosser is also 4 points. We can get rid of the Ekimara because of the cow. And we're getting 2 cards here. Another Rod Tosser. And there's also Siriu. That's great. Do we want to keep double Rod Tosser? I'm not so sure. Guess not. One should be enough for the last round, so we are dropping this one. We're doing the August, which is great. We will just play the Siri here. Because we won the first round, so there is no need to win this round. He needs to play more cards. We can just pass then. There is a ghoul, so he is at 13 points. If we're passing now, he would keep the ghoul at 9 points. We're getting the Siri back. We will keep the roach then for the next round. That means we have 9 points on board as well and one more card to play. So that's pretty good. We can just pass. With the Siri then, of course, 2 cards. But right now 1 card more in hand. So it should be a pretty safe victory if nothing unusual happens here. Arbalest is also very good. That would hit the ghoul for 5. I would say the cards we have currently are definitely not bad. Would keep everything. There's a chance that we're getting a stronger card than the August if we get, for example, Nilfgaardian Knight, but that is not guaranteed. So we're keeping that. We definitely want to have the Siri to get also the roads. That is a 9-point card here. Opponent needs to start at another disadvantage. Oh, he's going for the Caretaker. What are you getting? The highest point will be the Nilfgaardian Knight. But that was not good. If he has the Scourge in hand, he shouldn't pick the Nilfgaardian Knight. That was not good. So we will just drop the Rod Tosser. Getting the cow here, so that is killing the 9 points. Squatch is just killing the 11 points if he's playing that, otherwise he needs to pass. But then he's also losing because he has so few points. It will only be 17 on his side, so Siri is coming.
Oh, I sense trouble.
At 13 points on our side, we have the Arbalest, which is then hitting the Nilfgaardian Knight. And that's then the victory. So picking up the Nilfgaardian Knight was not good with the Scourge in hand.
Wise choice.
There was no chance that we are getting more than 11 points because the strongest card is the Nilfgaardian Knight. So he is conceding, and that's the first victory against the Monster Consume deck. That was fun. SWEERS was definitely doing its job, and let's give him the good game.
My men know
So game 2 is against King Bran. So we might highly expecting here some discard stuff. Definitely not liking the roach for the start. Impera Enforcers. He is using his ability quite early, so the Enforcers are definitely coming in handy. For Tosser, we have the Medic. Fine. Cinderella. Now let's drop one of the Nilfgaardian Knights. We're getting the car here, which is also able to buff the Impera Enforcers, so we will see about that. Lacerate. Yeah, should be good. Yes, we are just starting with that. The deck right now is definitely not as strong as it used to be, because I also had the Letho in the deck, but I dropped that because I wasn't facing that many discard deck anymore. If you're facing a lot of discard decks, then the Letho is super great because you can just kill the Morvran, you can kill the Olgierd. So that's pretty good if he's losing those, and they are getting banished, so not getting that back anytime. So he will start with his ability probably, or some War Longship. If he's starting with the ability, we definitely want to have the Impera Enforcers here. Just to make sure. If he has an Aldo Sunder, he might play that now on the Enforcers, then we're just dropping another one. He's going for the ability. So that will be probably Morvran on the board, maybe one Raider. There you go, a double Raider, so he's not playing with the Olgierd then most likely. Or he has the Olgierd in hand, one of those. Anyway, we are dropping a Rod Tosser here. Dropping that in the range row because we want to play the Canderella for the extra card draw. And he's hitting that down. Hitting that down. How dare you. So let's see if we go for... Oh, that's interesting. If we go for the Siri, we would be even in cards, even in points on board. The Siri is giving us 6 and we're spawning the roach, so that will be another 3. Then we have 21 to 21. So if he's interested in winning this round, he would need to play another card. And we're getting the Siri back. And I wouldn't be that unhappy with the draw here either. But we'll see about that. Ah, he's going for the draw. Alright. Then we're also going for the draw. So he has 1 card advantage. But that's okay. That's okay. The Skill League deck is just getting stronger the longer the game goes. So it's not too bad if the game is only going into round 2. Can replace a card now, definitely not going for the gold cards. And I would say we are going for the first light. We're getting the dragon, which is good. Opponent needs to start. Right now there's only an archer and the double raider in the graveyard. Going for the Orquist. And we will of course just drop the Yennefer here. The Yennefer is just providing more and more value. Because this round will be super long. Going for the raiders. That's not too many points. We will use the Wilka forts here on the roach, and then the roach is coming back later with the car here. So that's another excellent stuff we can do. We will do that now. If we're getting a Rod Tosser, we have the chance to play the Canarella, and he's not getting the points, which wouldn't be that bad. There is the Sweers. I mean, could drop the Raiders here. I'm not sure, there shouldn't be another one. Probably there is none. No, there is not. He's only playing 2. But I mean, we're still 21 to 21. He has 1 card advantage. He has a Shieldsmith. He's buffing the Morkbug, of course, up to 7 points. And if I'm sitting that, right now that would be then 3 points on the units, which is kind of good. So next up we are dropping the Enforcers. And then play the leader ability. That is unbuffing the Enforcers, and we are getting another card that we can see from the top of the deck. Oh, we got the Roach in hand. That was 1 useless card, and the Yennefer can hit quite a lot here. So let's use the leader ability. There's the... Oh, the August is great. Right before the twist is spawning. So the effect is now not happening. He's not getting that back into his hand. And the Orquist stays at 5 points, which means that right now we can hit for 4 points, which is really good.
The sea provides.
Going for the Armor Smith, so buffing those back to 7. But now he has 3 units with 6 points on board. So definitely Yennefer is really good right now. If we are playing the Canarella, you would get another 12-point unit. Right now we don't like that because we want to hit as much as possible with the Yennefer. We will play the Canarella pretty late. And let's see, right now there's still only the archer in his graveyard. Guess we will just play the Nilfgaardian Knight. That's 11 points. He's seeing the medic now, which is alright. I mean, there is not much in the graveyard. Played the Scald, which is buffing 4 units here. We are still 3 points ahead. We'll play the car here pretty late in the game. Might just go for the medic now. And we'll then play the archer and hit those 3 units, pushing them down to 6, and then we're dealing more with the Yennefer if he's not getting another stronger unit on board, which is of course possible. That's 1, that's 2, then 3 damage, which gives us quite a nice advantage right now. I'll just double cross. Ooh. Fieldsmith. Buffing the Morquark again. So Lacerate is good for a lot of points, but I would say that there is even more coming. We will now use the dragon. We will hit the Shieldsmith. We will then also hit... let's hit the Raider here. And we're hitting the Morquark. So we now has 6 units with 6 points. Probably next turn we need to play the Lacerate. There's a Coral, which is getting rid of a lot of points here. Oh, that's bad. So that makes it 48 to 42. If we play the Lacerate, then the Yennefer is of course only hitting the Morgwag. But if we are playing, for example, the Canderella right now, then the Yennefer is also just hitting the Canderella, so that doesn't really matter. But there is a chance that he's playing more in the siege row, and that's why I still like to keep the Lacerate for now. We will give him the Canderella. That's another 12 points on his side. Arbalest. Arbalest is kinda nice, but it would go down to 1 point, which is then again not that great, but still that isn't too bad. We are picking this one up. So we can hit the Canderella here for 5 points.
Hey, listen here.
Yep,
Listen
there's
well.
another siege unit. And because the Canderella is now going down to 6, the Yennefer is hitting those units again. Currently he's
Morvran Voorhis
wide ahead.
patient, but she brooks no insult.
Getting another Clan and Great Rider. We will now play the car here.
As you wish.
We're spawning the Roach, of course. He's playing his last card. We are getting the lead ability again, which is then also buffing the Impera Enforcers. Wow, Garoligny for 11 points. So currently he is 40 points, nearly 40 points ahead. We have the Lacerate here, which we need to play now. We are getting rid of a lot of points. That is 4, 6, 8 units in the row, and the Lacerate is dealing 3 damage. So that's 24 points, 23 points because the Priestess only has 2 life, but that's okay. Which means we are currently 12 points behind. Because we can play the lead ability again, the Impera Enforcers is buffed by 4 points. And that should be normally good enough here. Yennefer right now is hitting 2 points, so he's down to 8. Yeah, we only need to find 3 more points. That should be doable, guys.
My men know the meaning.
And there's the Arbalest. So let's... no, wait. The Arbalest is just... the Arbalest... But the Arbalest is hitting for 3, right? So... That's not too bad. We could also just pick up the first light here. Let's pick up the first light. That's good. So we're clearing the sky. And that is also good enough. So... That was another victory against another meta breaker. There's a concede. So, took down another one. Deck is really fun to play, especially against monsters decks, of course. But against other decks, it is also working not that shabby. So, try it out, guys, if you are interested in some fun Nilfgaard action. That will be it for today's episode. I hope to see you then in the next one. Thank you for watching and have a good night. Hopefully then we will hit the 4K points mark in the next couple of days. Should be possible. Decks are pretty strong. We are playing well. And then see you soon, guys. Have a good night. Bye bye.